Hello everyone. First day, first impression. We all know that first impressions are influential and can have a long-lasting impact. Now, in a typical first day, you want to get the students excited about the class. You want to create a comfortable learning environment and also give an overview of the big ideas of the course. Having these goals in mind, here are 12 tips for taking advantage of opportunities mostly available on the first day. Make sure you stay tuned until the end because I'm going to share with you a bonus tip. If you're someone who often becomes nervous on the first day, I have something for you. So stick around for that. Let's jump in. 12 tips for the first day of class. Tip number 1, arrive early and walk around the class. On the first day, plan to arrive 10-15 minutes earlier. Greet each student if you can. Now, I know this is impossible if you have a big class of 200 students, but it can be done in smaller classes of 20 or 30. Also, instead of standing at the front of the room, walk around, introduce yourself to the students, ask them about their names, about their majors, hometown, or interests. If you have a big class, try talking to the students in the front rows. Let students know that you are ready to talk with them. Smile, nod, make eye contact, chat, whatever works with you, for you. Here is a trick. Try to learn 2 or 3 names, and it's better if these students are sitting in different parts of the room. Make eye contact as you begin and use their names several times. All of these will help you in building a relationship with your students. Tip number 2, dress professionally. It is a fact that the students will notice what you are wearing and how you present yourself on the first day of class. Actually, how you dress, walk, and present yourself are clues to your personality and credibility. So be mindful of that. Tip number 3, tell students how you wish to be addressed. Do you want them to call you Dr. Brown, Professor Brown, Mrs. Brown, or just plain Karen? Telling students how you'd like to be called by your first name or doctor have implications for the level of authority you want to project in the classroom. Tip number 4, tell a story about yourself. When you introduce yourself, you want to focus on your academic background along with some personal information such as hobbies or things you are good at. Telling stories is the best way to capture your students' attention. Tell a story about yourself or something that is relevant to class. Something like describe your journey to becoming a professor, or share something from your day as a student, or even tell them about why you went into teaching. Tip number 5, provide a visual syllabus. Visual syllabi are more appealing to many students because they have visual elements such as pictures, different fonts and colors, and we all know that people learn better from words and pictures than from words alone. Plus, according to research, students have a more favorable perception of teachers who use visual elements in their teaching materials. So take advantage of that. There are many different formats of visual syllabi. Here's an example of one that I used in my courses. This one-page syllabus includes the most essential information students often like to know, such as the breakdown of grades, the expectations, the main assignments and their due dates, the policy regarding absences and late work. The course site has more detail of the assignments, policies, and resources. Whether you use the traditional text syllabus or the visual syllabus, make sure your syllabus is well organized and clear, and it outlines the whole semester and shows the deadlines for each assignment. Remember that presenting an incomplete and a vague syllabus will result in students showing a similar lack of effort in their assignments. Tip number 6, help students see the value of your course in the real world. From the first day, clarify how the lessons and assignments are relevant and personally meaningful in real life. One way to do this is to explain the why behind your choices. Now, the reason and rationale behind the assigned readings and assignments might be obvious to you, but these connections might not be clear to your students. Tip number 7, show enthusiasm about the course materials. It should go without saying that you need to show enthusiasm and passion about the course. It is proven that your energy is contagious. Your energy makes students want to pay attention and become engaged. Actually, the positive attitude you project toward the course content and the students' abilities sets the tone for the semester ahead. Tip number 8, introduce the big ideas. The first day is a perfect opportunity to introduce the major theories or concepts that will be discussed throughout the semester, as well as the current issues in the field. By talking about these big ideas and the relevant issues, you want to create curiosity and excitement in your students to want to come to class to learn more. Tip number 9, use icebreakers. Effective icebreakers break the tension, the awkwardness, and create a relaxed atmosphere that encourages participation. There are two main types of icebreakers. Social icebreakers are the most common type on the first day of class. Social icebreakers are designed to break down barriers, facilitate social interaction, to build a classroom community. Subject matter icebreakers motivate students to think and be involved in learning about the course materials. There are hundreds and thousands of brilliant ideas for icebreakers on the internet to choose from for your class. Tip number 10, offer advice on how to do well in your class. Every class is different, so tell your students about the expectations for the class time and for outside of class. For example, how they best prepare for class, what to focus on in doing the readings, and how to use a study guide if available. Highlight the importance of coming to class, contributing in discussions, and asking questions. Tip number 11, show them that they're worth more than the grade. We often as teachers get caught up in explaining the content that we forget to intentionally think and communicate that we care about the students as humans. Tell your students that you are there to help them succeed. For example, talk about your office hours and give them examples of kind of conversations that might benefit them for this class and beyond. Tell them that you are available for them through email, before and after class. You can also show them that you care by providing extra resources on the course site. Tip number 12, make sure you smile. Smiling sets the proper tone for the instructor and the course. Let me explain. The first day is often stressful and it's easy to feel overwhelmed. Your smiling puts your students at ease that everything is going to be okay and that you are on their side. A smile actually projects confidence and it makes you more likable, which is a good first impression. And here is the promised bonus tip. It is not unusual to be nervous and excited on the first day of class. It is also normal if your students look passive and uninterested. Many look calm when they feel uncomfortable. So be patient. Beginning of semesters can be difficult for students as well. Here is the trick. Try to worry less about the teaching and focus more on how to make the first day a fun experience for your students. Students will always remember how a teacher made them feel. So, this wraps up my favorite tips for the first day of class. If you have tips on your own, please share them in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Remember to hit the thumbs up and subscribe. And I'm going to see you in the next video.